Oh boy. Guess who's back in the building? We got these crazy West Coast dudes late at night. We ready to talk about a game again.
How you
So
guys doing?
yeah, I'm good. How y'all?
Doing good, feeling great, ready to rock. Hope you guys out there are
Um,
doing awesome. All the guys that are here tuning in. Hope you guys are having a great day, a great evening, wherever you guys are.
it's time.
Yeah, hit the
So
like button.
yeah, smash some likes, say what's up. Glad y'all made it. And let's get right into it because we got a lot to cover. So Raiders Steelers. Raiders back home this week against a bitter and long-time rival. Um, I'm still probably not over the immaculate reception. So, um,
It
Yeah,
wouldn't be right if you have.
so we got them Steelers, and they got a new quarterback, and the whole thing happening. And we got a new quarterback, and the whole thing happening. So, what say you?
yeah.
What say you, Western?
It was a conundrum of things that happened during that Bronco game that happened last Sunday. It would have been an awesome birthday present if we would have came out with the victory last Sunday. There's so much that I could dive into. So first thing, I just wanted to so first thing before I get into the whole Pittsburgh game, I just want to talk about the Bronco game first. So
Mm-hmm.
I just have to say because um, we look good from the get go. Brock Bowers, he looked sharp. We came out. He got that 57-yard touchdown, and I saw that and I'm like, all right, like we are rolling on all cylinders here, it
Right.
looks great,
Right.
and right after that, on the following drive, we had the ball. Garner had a nice scramble, so I'm like, all right, he's looking kind of shifty out there, and then he had a nice pass to Jacoby right after that, and then in the second quarter, it was 10-0. Max Crosby had that beautiful sack. And then
Mm-hmm.
right before the half was over, the Broncos got that field goal. So it was 10, 3. And then this is where things kind of went downhill after. And we all saw what happened here. And Garner, he threw the pick six to Patrick Surtain in the second quarter with about 8 minutes left. And then I kind of felt that's where, things kind of went in a downward spiral after that, and then the pick six happened. It was 10-10. And then Broncos, they take the 13-10 lead on the field goal right
Mm-hmm.
before the half ends. So just to wrap things up real fast, on that game there because we have so much here. Uh, Garner threw second pick, which makes AOC come in, right, and then we just looked terrible on defense too. And then the Broncos, man, they just came out like their offense just started hitting, man, and we just couldn't do anything to stop Bo Nix and that offense. And AOC came in. I know he threw a pick also as well. Um, I know that AOC is going to be the guy going forward into this game here against Pittsburgh. Once that change was made, you can't go back now. So I don't see Garner coming back in to the foreseeable future for us. I didn't expect it. Gardner being pulled so quickly during that game, but I was shocked. But I'm excited to see what AOC could do. I honestly thought that Gardner was the best fit for us if we wanted to have a chance to go to the playoffs to this year. And I don't hate on AOC at all. I'm a big fan of him. I just didn't think that we would make the change so fast. But yeah, it's just so much happened so fast, and I'm just excited to see what AOC can do. You know, there's just so much. You know,
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my boy A Train in the chat. What's up? Yeah,
A
yeah.
Train.
What's up? You know he's a staple around here. We wouldn't be able to do this without our people like that. So thank you. Um, yeah. I mean, it was kind of quick. I was doing play by play, and you could start to feel it just because it looked like one of those days where Minshew didn't have it. But what do you think, Black? What you got to say about the last game, the
Yeah,
Broncos?
I mean, obviously that play changed the momentum of the game, but I wouldn't say that. No, it looked like that the Broncos offense was hitting because we wasn't tackling. So, when you call plays and they work better than they should or than you know, expect, then, it's going to make it hard. I
Mm,
agree with you that, of course, they shouldn't have pulled him. I mean, it didn't shock me that they pulled him so quickly because we've been emotional all year. We've been going up and down with our decision making, and the first time our quarterback threw 2 picks in a game, we decided to pull him. Now you say that we can't go back to him, but I mean, conventional wisdom tells you that you can't go back to him. But we're the Raiders; we're going to go back to him and give it about 3-4 weeks. Then everybody will be crying something else. So we'll see. Everybody got what they wanted. I said this was gonna happen. Like early in preseason, like we're gonna start Minshew. He gonna play a quarter of the season or something. Then we gonna go to AOC and then play a third, and then another third, and it's gonna be broken up into thirds. Like it's just dysfunctional. It's
That's
crazy,
true.
man.
oh man. I think the thing that was I think surprising to me is not so much that Minshew was pulled in that game, is that he has been he was pulled, and then we had a quarterback competition in week 6, I believe, which I think is like unprecedented. I've never heard of that in my life. But we did that, and then we decided to go with AOC, even though he doesn't have like Minshew didn't have the kind of like statistical profile or performance from a player that usually gets benched, right? Um, because you would think you're making this play because he's making too many errors that will cost you the game or something to that effect, right? He's actually probably less likely to make those errors uh, than AOC. So this was kind of like a gutsy call, right? Like we're gonna gamble on the development. Salute to D Minutes, one of our
Salute, brother.
staples around here. Yeah, for real. One of the best dudes out there in the chat. But yeah, I mean, like we're taking this. Well, the head coach is taking this direction of we're going to go with the young guy who might make more mistakes but gives us more potential in the long run. Which okay, cool. Um, but there's been this theme, and I'm going to get into it later, of like kind of inconsistency with are we a conservative team or are we like gonna let it all hang out, let it what I'm saying, go all in. We're in Vegas, right? So like, what is that? Because you got to decide. You can't be both, right? Because when you go halfway, that's when you get stuck on the fence and your nuts get torn. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. So,
Absolutely.
so that's all. I'm
Bro,
just like, what are we gonna do?
the inmates are running the asylum, man. I mean, like, it's not that complicated, bro. It's not that complicated. The inmates are running the asylum. So if today we want to go outside, we gonna go outside. If tomorrow we want to stay in the shower, we gonna go in the shower, bro. That's what's gonna happen, bro. We don't know what we doing. It ain't no logic to this, bro. It ain't.
Yeah.
Shout out to AP209. No logic, huh? Well, I mean, I can understand the idea that like, Minshew has a ceiling. I just like doing it now was kind of strange. Um, I worry that the line can't protect AOC in a way that's going to make it, a
Exactly.
viable change. But you never know, right? Maybe they step up, right? Maybe they're just like, well, it's now or never. Because if we don't do it, you know, that's it. Maybe they're are heartened by the fact that if they do block it up, AOC has a stronger arm, and if his feet are settled, what I'm saying, he can make some big time throws or whatever. Um, so we'll see, and so that's kind of the challenge. I think the Denver game, my biggest issue is we lead the league in missed tackles by far.
Hmm.
People are talking about what's wrong with the defense. Well, it ain't the scheme; it's the tackling.
Yep.
um, which the fundamental want to kind of stuff. When a team is not blocking well, run blocking well, and they're not tackling well, right? Um, those are things that are like directly correlated to passion and want to, and that kind of comes from the leadership, right? Um, and we see that some of the leadership is checked out.
Yeah.
Taylor's a little checked out, right? He's trying to get traded, and her coach has been, I'm not going for it on fourth down because I'm conservative. No, I'm going for it because I'm a gambler. I'm not going for it because I'm conservative. No, I'm a gambler. So you're like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? And we can lay it out because it starts in the
Yeah.
San Diego game, right?
I kind of so I feel like Antonio Pierce, like I feel like he feels like he's on the hot seat right now, and I wonder if he feels like AOC is the guy that can honestly save his job. That's honestly how I like. That's one way that I could actually see how this could actually pan out for him.
Mm-hmm. He may be thinking that, you know. I don't think that's how you're supposed to coach. What do you think, Black?
Nah, yeah, you're right. You ain't supposed to coach like that. He panicking anyway. They're not gonna get rid of him. If they had as much tolerance for Josh McDummy as they had, then they not about to get rid of Antonio Pierce because he making these little errors that we know we ain't got no quarterback. Like, he tripping. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he already acting like he on the hot seat. Like, he's panicking. He's like
Mm-hmm.
he's showing, like, 1 week he's Antonio Pierce, and you know what I'm saying? One week he AP, the next week he PA, public assistant and public announcement. I gotta start pushing everybody under the bus. Like, nigga, your job is cool, bro. You all right, bro. Just, you should have stuck it out with Minshew, bro. But hey, he need to learn his own. He got all them people over there telling him, advising him. So I don't know why we so confused. I don't get it.
How many cooks in the kitchen? So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
all
Yeah.
right. So,
I always said
yeah.
that. I always said that.
And it would be us that lets he who shall not be named break out at quarterback and starts the
Yeah.
process of my living hell for the next probably 10 years. Um, but, we'll draft a quarterback eventually in the first round again. I promise,
Yeah.
guys. One
Yeah.
day, Jamarcus won't be the last chance, and Marinovich before that. And I don't even know who the first one was, like so long ago, like in the 60s. So, yeah.
Yeah. Just
Um,
just also though, just Antonio Pierce's terms on his contract, like nobody really knows how long we have him for, so that's always there in
very
the
true.
back of his head too. So
Very true.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean he's on borrowed time all the time, right? Like he doesn't can't be
No,
sure.
y'all think if that's the case, then I mean any coach is on borrowed time. Then if that's the case, like that's the case for real. But the reality of it all that is the Raiders aren't going to fire Antonio Pierce this year, even if we only won the 2 games that we won. Like they're not going to fire him because there's so much. It wouldn't even be fair to fire him with Da acting the way he acting, the injuries that we've had, the quarterbacks that we've had, the lack of a running game that we've had, the defense that's supposed to be top whatever everybody was saying, but now we talking about tackling. We talk about tackling now. We didn't reduce ourselves back to the Raiders where we talking about we can't tackle now. But whatever, they're not gonna fire Antonio Pierce for that. I wouldn't. That wouldn't be fair. I'm pretty sure Mark Davis ain't that dumb. Like for real.
So I don't want this to happen, but God forbid, if the Raiders don't win another game, and if there is a better coaching opportunity out there, you don't see him being canned.
For who?
If there was,
That'll actually come here though.
I'm just saying, if there is a better coaching opportunity out there, if that door is open, I'm gonna just throw darts to the dartboard here, like a Ben Johnson, or
Mhm, mhm. So, do you know how you get one of those top candidates to come to your team?
I know exactly what you're gonna say here, but I'm just trying to open,
You
the
draft a quarterback.
yeah.
You draft a quarterback. Just
And if we
because
have
then they
and we
like
have
him.
and if we have
Yeah,
the draft capital, I definitely think that the assets that we can have could definitely attract those type of coaches here.
So,
yeah, but ideally you want to get the coach first because you don't want to get the quarterback before the coach because now the coach is like y'all married me to a quarterback I don't even like. Like so, if you're gonna do all that, go on and get a good coach first, and then go into the draft and y'all decide what quarterback y'all want to go with. Don't get the quarterback and be like, "Hey, we got this quarterback who wants to come coach the Raiders." Like,
Yeah. So so
yeah.
so so like say if we do trade Adams, right, and then we have those assets of picks that we get from Adams, and then we trade those picks with the picks that we have now, and then we trade up, or use those picks to get whatever guy we get. Like say for example, I'm gonna just throw darts here, like a Cam Ward or something. You don't think that would uh, uh, attract a better coaching hire here?
yeah, that'll definitely get us a new, fresh, young coach. That might be what we need. We kind of thought we were getting that in AP, someone that was young-ish, but also had NFL experience, so you can kind of have the best of both worlds. Now, we want to attract a fresh, young, new coach. Then, yeah, but he's going to be an unproven coach, and this is not like really the place to throw unproven coaches. Like especially now, especially now when the culture ain't even as rich as it used to, because we used to support our players. We didn't used to tear our quarterbacks from the starting lineup every other week. Like we didn't do that. We just rolled with what we
Mhm.
had, and we thought we were just gonna thug it out. But not this. Nah. Like so, I don't think that'll work right now in this culture. But it could help a young hire, and if that's what we want to do, then I'm for that. Win, lose, or draw, though. Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think just having the pick, right, where we're in position to get one of those guys puts us in a better spot to negotiate for a new coach. So I don't think AP gets fired in season because,
Oh
definitely
no,
be an assessment at the end of the
no, no,
season.
no, yeah, no.
And it could be that we're like, okay, well, if we feel like he's done a good job, then we got to get him as quarterback and see if we're right, right? Um,
Yeah.
say, we got a chat here for you, Black. So it says Jermaine Illuminator is the highest rated eliminate in the NFL. How much talent can we lose and expect to win?
Yeah, that's a dope question because
That one hurts.
yeah, for real. And it kind of just like laments like what I've been kind of trying to say. Like we got some players. It's not you don't win championships from the player up. You win it from the top down. So we're messed up here. So when you start making decisions like changing your quarterback because he threw 2 picks, like that does something to your roster. And then what that also does is tell players that's good or even borderline good, like I don't want to play here or the first chance I get, I'm out of here. Because I look around the league and I see players that used to play here, and I was like, well, why he wasn't playing like that when he was with us? It ain't him, it's us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a certain message that's being sent when you do this sort of switch, right? Like, okay, where's the faith in him to kind of step up, right? After he had a bad series or two, right? Um, we're the players are putting faith in the coach after he makes bad calls, right? They're supposed to pick each other up when they make bad plays, one series to another, defense and offense. So like, it just feels incongruent. But the change has been made, and uh, there is some argument for the fact that if we're in this place where we can't figure out how to score enough points, make enough big plays to win these games, right? Um, then maybe putting the quarterback in who has the potential to make more of those big plays, um, you know, helps us, right? Helps us get over that hump. Um,
It's not about who can make the big plays. It's who can control the offense. Like I don't get this, right? Like so they think that AOC can control the offense, and I'm like, he can't even control himself yet. Like we know that Minshew can control the offense. We just don't know what the offense is. Not because
mm,
of Minshew, it's because we don't know who our running back is. Like we don't know who our wide receivers are. Like y'all want to blame the old line, but they not that bad. I mean, like Minshew is not like a top tier quarterback, but he ain't that bad. Like I don't understand. Like we confused as a whole thing, and then that ain't even talking about the defense that's supposed to be carrying all that. Like the
Yeah,
offense and the
there's so much
defense is
going
the
on.
same.
There's so
The
much
off-
going on.
yeah.
so let's talk about, because we talked about earlier. I heard Western. You said if Davante comes back or if we trade him,
Mm.
and there's been a lot of added sauce since AP did his recent press conference. Um, I've heard a lot of people going off and saying that this means that Devontae is going to stay, and it's because he loves AOC. And yeah, I don't see that from that press conference. Um, didn't seem like that's what was being communicated to me. Um, what did you mean? Because I mean, I can read the actual quote as I'm looking for it right now from AP.
So right before I hopped on here, like about so it's 8:11 now. So
Mhm.
maybe around like so 7:20. I got a text update from ESPN. It said that it sounded like that DA was most likely um, that it was a strong possibility that he was going to stay with us for the remainder of the season. Now, I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I just know that if Robert Saleh didn't get fired from the Jets, I think that he was on his way there, and I think that once he got fired, I kind of think Adams had cold feet, but I still think there's a strong chance of him being traded by the trade deadline. I just kind of think Adams is kind of like in the shadows, trying to have that image to where he's trying to not seem like he's the bad guy, and he's trying to say all the right things, but you could tell that he definitely wants to be out of here. And I wouldn't doubt it if he is going to be traded, but I definitely think that if the Jets coach was not fired, he'd be gone.
What did you see, Black, and from the statements that came from him or whatever from the press conference?
I didn't get a chance to check those statements out, and I don't know. I could see it either way though. Like I could see him wanting to be out, and he acting the way he acting because he really want a quarterback change. If that's him, if that's what he's doing, then that's kind of speaks to his character, and I don't think he likes that to be tagged on him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that that's not what it is. But whatever it is, they all need to synchronize their periods and get it together, because everybody just playing this week and not playing that week and want to be traded, and I'm not going to trade it, and I might play the whole year, and that sounds too emotional to me. Like that's what I'm saying. I hate that I have to keep saying that, because that's what we're acting like, a bunch of emotional people. That's like, I don't get that. Like that's crazy to me. Like if he really wanted to be gone, we could have shipped DA. If you can't ship DA in a couple of weeks, then something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
So let's read. Here's the quote for quote. He says, "He's still a Raider. When he's healthy and we can play him, we'll play him. He's not healthy right now. He's getting closer. That's the good part. He's working every day to get that hamstring right. He's in the right headspace mentally. We talked recently, had a good conversation. He's ready to play football."
I think all that's BS, bro.
Exactly. It sounds like BS.
Dude,
his full coach speak,
like
guys.
BS talking about,
dude, his hammy's fine, dude. He's just
we already know that he's not injured. Then I talked to him. Y'all should talk all the time, like for real.
Yeah.
And then he in a good headspace. That means y'all kind of see eye to eye. Y'all had a meeting of the minds now because he changed the quarterback or whatever. It don't matter. Like I said, all that is too crazy. Like who's the coach? Like I'm telling y'all, we run the inmates run the asylum. So whatever, you get what you get.
I think he's just trying to reassure, the fans and the public that things are under control. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound to me like anything more than coach speak, like what the traditional coach would say in this situation. He's going to make DA look like, obviously he's coming back. He's a part of this team that raises his trade value. And also that he's working to get healthy because he's a professional person, and give him a compliment like that because it makes him tradable, right?
Yeah.
He's close, right? This sort of thing, tradable. Yeah. I just don't be surprised if when he still gets traded, because I think that's what has been happening. Not a little bit of coach speak in one press conference is not going to change my mind on that. Now, if there's more, then I will let you guys know. But
I did hear that though. I thought it was more to it.
So I also heard too that teams don't they aren't trying to trade us a second round pick. So that's why I think that we're not trying to ship him so fast, because we don't want to give him up for a third. So I really try to ask, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we're not gonna just trade him for bag of chips and a half-eaten sandwich.
Right. That's smart. Yeah, that at least they smart on that end. A-Train said, "Let your boy in." But even if he up in the chat said, "Let your boy in." But even if we don't, if he don't play or whatever, man, we could use him in a draft. Like we'll give you Davante Adams in a third, and we need to move up in the draft. Like we'll give you Davante Adams in the draft. Like we could just hold on to him. But he gonna play though. He gonna play.
Man,
He's
I
he's
agree.
going to play.
yeah, he'll be playing soon. I think that the whole idea that that we're not trading him or whatever is overhyped. I think we should kind of just a chill on that, just because I think that AEP, did his job as a coach this time and really had like the right kind of tone and whatever to be a leader, right? And so he came across strong and all that good stuff, good syntax, right? You know what I mean? When you talk about it linguistically, that kind of stuff, right? But then you compare that to the business decisions comments, where it's like the opposite. Like that's not team building, right? That's like team dismantling kind of stuff. Really, you don't say that in
Yeah,
public,
yeah.
right?
Hey,
Super thinking.
see me here. I feel like if you don't turn things around, then our front office is gonna make some business decisions on his ass.
Mark, Mark
So
will make a business decision on that ass for real.
you know.
Um,
What do you
but
think? What do you think your what like percentage? What percentage do you think that AP will get fired by the end of this season? Like, what percentage do you think?
To give you look, I'm gonna become completely honest. My biggest fear with him, and I've said this, time after time in the past. I don't want him to be like a Mike Singletary 2.0, where he's a rah, hype man, and he can't get the job done.
Good
But
point.
with each loss, the percentage gets higher and higher, and like right now, like right now, bro, like to be completely honest with you, like no cap, bro, it's about like at 60% right now, and it's getting higher,
damn, that's the same number I was about to. That's the
dude,
same number I was about to say, bro.
dude.
And this is
so,
why.
so
This is why
and with every
because he's
loss, the
relying.
temperature go up about 5%. Like,
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
yes,
going up after each loss, bro. I'm telling
bro.
you. And trust me, I don't hate Antonio Pierce. I wish him the best, the best of all aspects of everything, dude. But it's just, man, dude, it's just like if you can't get the job done, it's like, dude, I'm sorry. I get it. You're from LA, you're from Compton, you got a 964 Impala, you got the Air Forces, you were born, like Raider fan. All the guys said you're gonna be the next John Madden, and all that stuff. I get it, but hey, man, if you can't, if the shoe don't fit, then hey, man, I'm sorry.
okay, I had to think about my own question. I think he only got about like a 20%, 25% chance of getting fired, but it do go up with every loss though, for real, because it's not the losses so much, it's the way we're losing. Like it's the way we're losing.
Uninspired.
And then once you start tripping with your quarterbacks, and then it's kind of like
Yeah,
then they're gonna be like, what are you doing? And like you said, excellent point. You don't want it to be a Mike Singletary 2.0, and the leash will be very, very short in that type situation. So I feel you on that
Yeah.
one.
So right now he's ranging between either Mike Singletary or Art Shell. So
oh,
yeah, hey,
dude.
what?
No, he
What?
said Archell. He said Archell. Now Archell's
What?
first time, he was great, but when Archell
Really? Was
came,
he really
no,
the
so
first
so
time?
Art
Great,
Art when our
great
show
though.
so when our show came back, when Shell was
Oh
older,
yeah,
like dude,
the
he was
bed and
horrible
breakfast.
with a
Yeah,
bed and bread breakfast. That was the most horriblest
poor
thing.
Andrew Walter. Shout
Yeah,
out to
dude.
Andrew Walter.
Like
Raider
that
great.
was like, okay, now that was one of the worst coaching staffs I have seen. Like that was bad. So from the first time with Art Shell compared to the second Art Shell, like I think there's a pretty big gap, between that.
Mm, hmm.
It's a big
Yeah,
gap.
yeah, but it's still. I'm saying
It's
okay,
bad
first
though.
time Marshall. Okay, first time Marshall. Second time Marshall is a travesty. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like him and Joe Bugle just kind of like
Yeah,
dancing,
yeah, yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
decide who's worse. But the first Art Show, where he was way too conservative and played not to lose all the time, and just we just barely missed everything good. And then when we actually went somewhere, got blown out. 51-3. I'm still 51-3, bro.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It's just I just can't get the whole bed and breakfast thing. Like I don't understand how Al Davis, was how he was
No, but he tampers all the no. I'll let Art pick his staff, bro.
like how bad was that whole pool of coaches? How bad was it? How bad was that coaching pool? Like I don't know. Like
Yeah,
Forrest Gump
yeah.
said, that's all I got to say about that.
let's not review all of the horrible coaches we've had. We'll be here for a few days. Yeah, yeah. We'll see how this works out.
But telling
But
you, man, there's
it's on
something
8.
that, dude, is just Pierce. There's something to where Mike Singletary is like, I just see like they're just two carbon copies of each other, man.
Oh
It's
no,
like
man. Well, at least Mike Singletary had those killer eyes. He could just stare a guy down, right? And maybe that helped him a little bit for a couple
What
games
messed
there.
Mike Singletary up was that he was one of them OGs trying to coach the new generation, and they looked at him like, "You
What are you
weird, you
smoking?
tweaking
We're
on
not doing
falling them
that.
grave."
They're like, we're not doing that. So yeah, I mean, the the big thing that I want to see is a consistent philosophy. Who are we? Are we aggressive or are we conservative? Right? Are we coach who says stuff about business decisions? I hope not. Or are we the other one, right? Who comes out
yeah,
and
man,
gives
we're
a,
Jekyll and
a
Hyde.
press conference so good and so smooth that like people are like, is DA staying? Maybe DA staying. Maybe everything's fine. Like, I think we can do this. Like, that's what I want to see every time, bro. Like, consistently. Okay, we're gonna go and put AOC in, right? So then we're real gamblers. We going for it. We putting the dude in, you know what I'm saying, who probably this ain't the best circumstances to come in and try to make it work, but we're gonna do it anyway, right? Does he probably need more time to learn this offense so he gets to a place where he can get to his check down quicker and get the ball out of his hands quicker? Yeah, probably. But you know what? We're gonna have him learn on the job. Let's do it, right? Well, then I don't want to see you punting the ball from the other team's 40 when we're down like 10 points. Okay.
I'm still baffled. I'm still baffled by that call, dude. Like that was, I don't
Don't
understand. I
veto
just
the
don't get it.
offensive coordinator when he tries to run it on 3rd and 6 if you're gonna punt it on 4th and 2. Like you have to pick one.
I want to know if that whose call was that? Was that Pierce or was that Getsy? I gotta
When
know.
it fourth down, come on. Every head coach is involved in a 4th down play decision. If not, then what are you doing? Like who are you?
Like
You're not
like
the head coach.
like that was I just
So
that is a head shaker, man.
it is. So let's talk about the future because the past, and you can't change it. Stuff like that. Probably don't want to spend any more time talking about the head coach situation. It is what it is, and he has a chance here because in the one game where he was consistent with his like philosophy, right? He was aggressive. That was the Baltimore game. We went for it on 4th down every time it was reasonable. There was no like change in pitch, and we came back and won that game. So I think just having that consistency may be the big difference, right? Maybe he's turned the corner. He's figured it out. His last press conference was masterful. So maybe he can keep doing that. Now let's talk about Aiden. Aiden O'Connell.
I'm
What?
sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just
What?
had to laugh because you're deep sigh after, and then after you said, well, it was week 2 against Baltimore. That was week 2, bro. That was week 2, and we're on week 6 now, man. It's like, come on, AP, just come on, bro. I'm like, dude. It's like get it together, Grouch. You know,
Maybe
it's like get it together. You know,
he's figuring it out. Maybe
hey, come
analytics.
on, man. I sure hope so, dude. Come on, man. I really hope so. I'm sorry,
So
man. I just got to be clearly honest. I have to be. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna call it how I see it, dude. And I, I just got to do it.
you know, there was the issue in the Panthers game. There seems to be a kind of like a theme here. In the Panthers game, we were 4th and 2 from our 38, so it's our 40, down by 20 points, and he punted the ball, and that's when everybody really started leaving. That was the moment where the home fans were like, okay, so this is what this is, huh? So yeah, I think it's going to be important. So yeah, let's talk about what L has to ask. How is O'Connell versus the Steelers defense gonna go? What does that look like? What does it take for him to be successful? So, you know, I love me some Aiden O'Connell. When we drafted him, I said, after he gets a season to get his physical body together, he's a chance to develop. I made a hype video comparing him to Brady and Breeze. But I think after watching him more, right, I think the best comparison is actually another Big Ten quarterback with a lot of gumption. And you may like that, right? I think his best comparison is Kirk Cousins. AOC needs to aim for Kirk Cousins if he wants to be a consistent starter in the league. Similar arm talent, right? Cousins is ahead of him as far as reading defenses and making the right play and getting it to the right person. But AOC was relatively good at this in college. Now, the difference is that Cousins came from pro style offense, and then AOC was in basically a spread at Purdue. So Cousins had more time to kind of, develop his route progression, reading defenses, that kind of stuff. They had to play action, that sort of stuff, which gave him more of an opportunity to have that time and manipulate defense, made those reads easier to get through and that kind of stuff. So, and then AOC came here and had offense drawn up by like a 17-year-old dude on the back of a napkin. So definitely a difference between what was going on there and what's going on in Washington when Cousins came in. So that's the hope, right? The hope is that he develops into a Kirk Cousins type player, right? Which we would be very happy to see. Now, I saw when I said that, caused a reaction by my boy Sam I Am Black over here. What say you about this idea of AOC compared to Kirk Cousins?
Oh, I like you like that. I've been telling people about you like that since Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like you like that. See that? So you
Like
can
that.
tell
That's
me.
the difference. That's the difference.
You can tell me that they have the same skill set, whatever, yada yada. The difference between the two is the moxie. Like that's the difference. Like you like that. Like
Yes.
AOC don't have that. And if we were looking for, if what you say is true, which I don't disagree with you, then we should have went and got Kirk Cousins. Then how did he end up in Atlanta somehow? Like we should have went and got him. If that's the case, I personally like him. I don't know if I would put a franchise on his back, but being from the position that the Raiders are in, at least he's had franchises on his back. So it's definitely an upgrade for sure from these two quarterbacks that we have. But I think we have enough in Minshew to at least find out who we are. But we can't find out who we are if you kind of like sabotage. Let me redact that word, sabotage. Whatever it was that you did by putting him in a little bit every week, eventually everybody gonna be like, put him on in. Like, and that's what you eventually just did. So essentially, you're kind of like double minding your team. That's why the adage goes: if you got two quarterbacks, you have zero. Unless now they got two quarter. I seen this play where they had two quarterbacks, and did y'all see that? They had two quarterbacks, and
No.
then I'll go get the clip. But the adage still is: if you got two quarterbacks, you have none. They did this little trick play with two quarterbacks. It was like
Yeah.
crazy. But
Awesome. So just to give you guys a little preview of the differences between Minshew and Aiden O'Connell statistically and analytically, right? Aiden has improved since the preseason in his, average time to throw. He's getting the ball out faster than he was then, and now in his the plays that he has played in this season faster than Minshew, which is a good sign, right? It's an improvement we want to see. The issue is turnover worthy plays. He's very and this has been since Purdue, right? Like this is the same stuff that we worried about at Purdue, right? He will try to throw the ball into a tight space. He's got a high amount of turnover worthy plays for the amount of plays that he has been involved in. Okay, and regression to the mean happens. So if he's been getting away with them, then he will pay for that later on statistically because averages always average out, right? Um, the efficiency under pressure has not been great. Um, and that's really what scares me about this move is Minshew's more of a poised guy, makes better plays when pressure is happening. All quarterbacks typically are worse under pressure unless you're like Joe Montana and you have like a higher rating against or Tom Brady, you have a higher rating against the blitz than you do when they don't blitz. That doesn't usually happen very often, but there are quarterbacks like that. Most quarterbacks do not deal with pressure well, right? Some of them deal with it well enough, and some of them do not, and that's kind of a big breaking point, right? So, will he be able to kind of take that next step and deal with that pressure against a team like the Steelers, right? The Steelers are like our doppelgangers on defense because they are the number one team in not missing tackles. And they have a really good defense. It's like those two things somehow go together. And so, what do you guys think about him having to face the Steelers right off the bat, week one? Um, yeah. What, what's your feelings there? Let's start with Black since, yeah, go ahead.
well, we're gonna see what the line made of for sure. Like everybody talking about the line, we're gonna see what it's made of because they coming with it. Like they coming with the pressure. They gonna come with scheme. They gonna come with it. Now they're not like the typical defense that they have, but the thing about it is they don't have to do that against us because we don't even know who we are yet. You know what I'm saying? Like the game that we saw them play with the Cowboys, like that's not how our game gonna look. Like it's not gonna look like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna go out there ALC throwing for 300 yards, like 250. Like, and if he does, I just be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I would just be wrong, straight up. And I'll be like, well, let's see if you could do it a couple games. Because when you change quarterback, it's supposed to be a surge. Everybody supposed to be upbeat or whatever. He got to practice all week as the number one. He got all the number one reps. Y'all even announced it halfway through the week so that way they don't game plan for him like that. So all the in his favor, right? See him capitalize on it.
Yeah, I mean, um, I agree. We'll see what happens with that. I think the big key in this situation is going to be the offensive line. Like I said, are they going to step up and give AOC that time? Because from a clean pocket, he's a completely different quarterback than he is when he's on the move. His completion percentage, arm strength, accuracy all drops when he's having to move off his spot, right? It's like when we were playing Carolina, man, right? And like, you know, oh boy didn't have to move off the hash the whole game. Watching the tape, me and Black watching the tape back, and he just didn't move. The one time we made him move, he almost hurt himself. So the red rifle was like one of those
He was a
rifles
red
on a
sniper.
turret.
He was a
He
red
was a red
sniper.
sniper.
He
He didn't have to move from his spot, bro. Just dropping people. So if we can create a situation where we have good protection up the middle, and that's going to be partially on AOC line calls, right? There's a lot that the quarterback does before he even starts to attempt to throw the football. But yeah, that's going to be part of it if he can manipulate the line the proper way. So I'm going to add one more bit of spice to all this, just to because I'm crazy. So A
Uh-oh.
Train, get up in here, A Train. What you got to say,
Okay,
man?
okay, I see you. What's that you smoking on though?
It's not. Yeah, it's nothing illegal. It's nothing illegal.
Okay, okay.
What's up, fellas? Hey, you
Hey,
know
man.
what, dude?
What's going on?
I got mad respect for y'all, dude. Like, uh, y'all be keeping it real out here, dude. That's it. That's it. That's real talk,
Yes.
dude. Like, this is good shit right now. Pardon my language.
Thank you.
No, you're
Well,
good. You're good, man.
I'm
You're
glad
good.
you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So
Well, my boy
we,
Hotspot, my boy Hotspot, he tends to know the right people, and he's got two of them in this room right now. And that's not including myself. So respect to y'all, man. But I have one
Hey,
thing to
good.
say, man. I kind of dropped it in the comments, but do you all think that AP kind of just like sold out and like he said in the beginning of the season, hey, nobody's above the shield, right? That's what he said, right? And then
mm-hmm.
Davante said, hey, I'm out. And all of a sudden AOC is the starter. And I have no problem with AOC or Gardner Minshew or anything. I'm just saying, I feel like Antonio Pierce is either one doing this to improve Davante's draft capital, right? Or
Mm-hmm. Trade.
or
Yeah.
yeah, trade capital, correct. Or he put Davante on a pedestal, and as far as everything that he's talked about through this offseason, as far as I'm concerned, just went out the window because Max Crosby, Jack Jones, who got benched for not doing his job, right? Davante Adams wouldn't block, wouldn't run up the middle, missed the game because he was, quote unquote, hurt in preseason because he didn't want to play, right? And all of a sudden he's getting his treatment, right? So you don't think this is going to throw some kind of, you know, uh, wrench in the spokes of the Raiders' future because Davante Adams just did something that AP said that he would never do for a Raiders player who stood above the shield. Do you guys agree with that or no?
I agree with it. Like the only business, like he's not standing on business. You know what I'm saying? He trying to hold everybody accountable with the business decisions, but his business decisions is he's not standing on business because when you're being fickle like that, that means that you're allowing them to dictate what's going on. That means they're bigger than the shield. I could see if you came in and was like, you know what, Davante, you want to act like that? Sit your ass down. You know what, Gardner, if you don't light it up, I got to put the young boy in. I could see if he came in doing all that, but what he does is this. On Wednesday, Thursday, he over there like this. On Friday and Saturday, we don't know how he is because he's talking to the team. Then after Sunday, he looking one way. Then on Monday come, he over here like, well, who the quarterback? I don't know. Like, what you mean you don't know? What you mean you don't know? How you don't know? You know what I'm saying? And then we got to go look at Davante to see what he's talking about. He over there got a Taco Bell in his house. And then Max Crosby talking about, well, I don't know. I ain't feeling none of this, but I got the Raider on me. Like, come on, what is we doing?
I wasn't trying to do this to you, Kira. I wasn't trying to do this to you, but this is what everybody out here sees, bro. Like, these are things that, like, people that I don't even have a show, bro. And I see it. You and me had these conversations. Like,
He did.
AP has backtracked, dude. AP has lost all substantiability, dog, or that's not even a name. Whatever the word is. You know what I'm talking about? But
Word of the
legit, dude,
day.
like,
Substantiability.
Yeah, he's lost all that, dude, because he went back on what he said in the very beginning. And I guarantee the dudes like Max Crosby and even Christian Wilkins, who's hurt, and Jack Jones and Robert Spillane, those dudes are not trying to see Davante play in football games for the Raiders because he put himself, he said, I'm not playing for this team. I'm going to go to the Jets. I'm going to go to anybody else. He pretty much said he wanted to be traded, dude. And now if he's like, yo, welcome home, brother. Welcome home. You're back in the family. Why? Why? Because he's afraid of losing his job? That's why.
Yeah, and it didn't help him that they got a video of the man talking about I gotta get out of here because I ain't never been hit so much in my life. Like he already showed that
kill me. His
that
exact
didn't
words.
help.
No, it didn't help at all. But that was not AP, that was McDaniels, but it doesn't matter.
No,
It doesn't
I
help.
get that, but it still shows that you not like the Raider thing ain't working for you. That you really trying to find a way up out of here. Like you really trying to find a way up out of here.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. What say you, Pierre?
Oh man. Okay, so this is how I feel about it. After going back and looking at the press conference, I do not think that he's saying Davante is staying. So I don't think this move has as much to do with Davante. I think that it has to do with the fact that the Raiders were frustrated with stagnation on offense. They feel like they are not going to be able to win without making more big plays. And so, when they in the preseason, Minshew had a higher average depth of target. He was getting the ball out faster, right? In this season, right, those numbers have reversed a little bit, right? Now it's a small sample size for AOC, but he has been getting the ball out faster, and his average depth of target is pretty okay. It's not great, but a little bit better than Minshew's. And we know he has a possibility of doing that sort of thing because he's done it before. So my hope is that this is like what I would say at best the Alex Smith to Mahomes move that was made. If you remember when Andy Reid benched Alex Smith, he was a conservative quarterback who was playing well statistically, and he went in favor of the younger, more risky quarterback, and benched the steady veteran, right? And so that would be the precedent that I hope we're following here, right? Is that we get that effect, because that would be great, right?
But who's our Patrick Mahomes?
That shit would be
I
cool
hope
if we had
AOC could be like Patrick.
That's what I'm like. AOC, right? That's what I'm saying. That would be fine if we had somebody there. I'm telling y'all, AOC is Stidham at best. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Like, I don't know why y'all don't want to hear me when I say that. That boy is Stidham. He's the same
Like I
guy.
said,
He might be a little bit better than him.
He has a lot. He has to be polished a lot more. He has to be polishing a lot more. I think that Antonio Pierce, at this point right now, he's telling everybody what they want to hear, because he doesn't want to look bad. I think Adams will eventually get traded. I think he was definitely going to be traded to the Jets if their head coach was if he was not fired. I think it was like last Wednesday.
Yeah. If he wasn't fired, correct.
Yeah. Like I think he was gone, and but since
He
that
was
happened,
gone.
yeah. So yeah, and there's just so much just happening with our team right now, and it's so early. It's just week 6, and no other team has so much shit just happening, and it just looks terrible. And it's just I can't put it in enough words. Like it's just something has to change, and I'm just tired of the same old shit.
Totally. I think that the big deal here is what does AOC need to do to make this change make sense? If there was one thing that he needs to do, I would say hit deep passes under pressure. If he can hit deep passes under pressure, then it may turn around for us that way, right? He was able to be a guy who stood in the pocket in college, right? He would stand there and stand in forever if he needed to and deliver that ball and then take the hit, right?
Yeah.
That is the pocket quarterback's version of scrambling. All right, like
Yeah.
move around a little bit and then stretch your feet, stand there, and you take that hit. Right, he's a big boy, and he got bigger during the offseason. I think he should have gotten quicker, but that's just my own opinion.
So just something I just have to say. So back to AOC to Kirk Cousins. I could definitely see your comparison to that. But AOC definitely has the tools to be a Kirk Cousins, but I could see how they could both be comparable to that. And then with AOC going into this game here against Pittsburgh here, I definitely feel like Gardner would have a better chance, and that's just because he is more mobile. AOC is a better pocket guy with a better arm, but I just feel like with the players that Pittsburgh has on defense, like for example, T.J. Watt, dude, our offensive line, like we're gonna be in trouble, and they're a good team, and I feel like I want AOC to do good, but I just feel like we have a better shot of winning that game with Gardner under center. And I'm not hating on AOC. I just feel like just because Gardner can move around the pocket more and avoid being sacked, and that is the only reason why I'm saying that I'm choosing him over AOC.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, quarterbacks got to learn, right? Got to play to learn. On the other hand, we have the risk of exposing him too soon, and doing the whole ruining thing that can happen when you put too much psychological pressure on the quarterback. My boy A-Train is raising his hand. Good job. What do you got to say there?
Yeah. Well, I'm being honest right now. Can Aiden O'Connell wave a magic wand and create an offensive line? Can Aiden O'Connell wave a magic wand and make our defense tackle instead of trying to strip the ball? Can Aiden O'Connell change all these things? Your boy's correct that Gardner Minshew will win majority of the pressured looks that he gets because he has mobility. On the other side of it, Aiden O'Connell, just like you said, is going to be thrown into a disaster piece. He's going to be and I'm sorry, Raider Nation, we are going to get destroyed by Pittsburgh. Their defense is going to destroy us. And I'll tell you one thing, Davante Adams, if he is out there, will not be out there catching passes over the middle. He won't be out there blocking if he's out there at all. And Jacoby Myers is hurt.
Yep.
Brock Bowers, he's the only weapon that we have. Trey Tucker, he's a stud, right? We haven't seen anything from Dylan Lobby. You're going to put, God damn, what's his name? Sorry, pardon my language. No, we have nothing. We have nothing. Zeus is hurt, right?
Yep.
Our best weapon right now is Alexander Madison against the Steelers defense with an immobile quarterback who can't run, dude. Like, Aiden O'Connell is going to get destroyed, and then everybody's going to be up in arms about how we just don't know what we're going to do. You know what I mean? Because, the whole world – no. We are doomed. Like, this year, and I'm sorry to be this guy, there's no making the playoffs. We'll be a 6 – we'll probably pick 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, under 10. we'll pick under 10 in the draft, and maybe we have a chance to get a quarterback. And that's why Davante Adams will get traded eventually. He's not going to be here all year. Davante Adams will bail. Oh, yeah, I'm all about Aiden O'Connell. I'm on the Aiden O'Connell train until Aiden O'Connell gets hurt next week or the week after that, or he loses 3 games straight, and then Davante's going to bounce anyway. So you're going to play Davante right now and risk him getting hurt? Or you're going to trade him while you can get something for him when he's not hurt? Because he's going to leave either way, dude. I'm trying to be like the positive guy right now, but there's no positive to be had. The Raiders suck. We are terrible. There is no positive to be had. We will lose on Sunday. He will be decimated by the Steelers defense. And anybody who doesn't see that is smoking crack.
I'm going to chime in fast here, and I just have to say thank you for your honesty. And since he said it, I was going to save this for last too, but I'm going to say this here too. We're not going to win this game either. I'm going to just be honest here too. I'm not going to be a biased Raider fan with all this hopium and smoking dope thinking we're fucking the
That's a hopium.
pardon my cursing, here, but
Oh no, we're good,
dude.
Yeah.
We are not gonna win this game, and I completely agree with what A Train's saying too. We're not gonna be a playoff team. Compared to going into the season when we made our predictions to now, it's complete opposite with all the bullshit that's happening now. There is fans that are completely biased to where they're in fairy tale land, Disneyland. Get out of the fucking dream. Like, come back to Earth. Like this is like I'm not trying to do all the shit for views or hits. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say shit, and it's real. We are going to lose this game, and I completely agree with what A Train said. He hit every nail on the head there, and I could not have said it better.
I'm gonna say one more thing real quick. I apologize to Raidernation for being that guy. I know that low key, you guys want Aiden O'Connell to be the next Derek Carr, who was our winless quarterback for 9 years, and I've been a Raider fan for pushing now 35 years that I can remember, and those 9 years were some of the roughest 9 years of my life, and I'm really just not trying to do that again. So I'm just trying to move on, man, and I have no problem with Aiden. If Aiden could do it and pull it out and become Tom Brady, I'm all about having the next Tom Brady. But, Tom Brady, he had a team around him. And our team right now is not set up to make Aiden O'Connell great. Aiden O'Connell might be good if he was on, let's say, any other team. I don't even know. I don't even know a team. The point is, it's not Aiden O'Connell's fault.
This guy's spitting flames, dude. Dude, he's spitting ether right now. Dude, he's spitting ether.
The Steelers. Because apparently the Steelers know how to develop quarterbacks. They have a quarterback, and his name is Justin Fields. I scouted him when he played for the Chicago Bears. It was some of the worst tape I've ever witnessed. Consistently missing numerous open receivers on plays. Bad foot mechanics. Slow delivery. Just bad, like out of phase and timing with the offense the whole time, right? And that's because he was in a traditional offense that we see here. Then he went to the Steelers, and his footwork's better. He sped up his delivery, so he's taking less sacks and having less turnover-worthy plays. The offense has designed runs for him. Is very limited in what they ask him to do, and they run the football, and he's got a plus 90 quarterback rating.
Yeah,
5 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Well, that shit ain't gonna last.
Didn't Lou Getsy get Fields out of college?
He didn't get Fields. Fields was already there when he came. They tried a different coordinator who then, offensive head coach who got fired and replaced. But yeah.
So when we get a quarterback of the future this year, Lou Getsy cannot be in this building?
Y'all tripping? Like
Why?
what?
Why?
I'm,
What
I'm
is
just
wrong
asking.
with
I'm asking
Gessie?
a question. I'm just asking. What do you guys think?
I'm like,
Gessie,
I don't
what?
think it's his fault.
Like the
if
thing
you
about
don't
it
have a
is,
quarterback or an offensive line and your head coach is spazzing, how can you judge the offensive coordinator? Like I've seen people
No,
open.
we need all those parts, though. I'm saying we need an offensive line. We need a whole team around him. But as far as the coordinator goes, would you give a brand new quarterback to Getsy and say, "Here you go,
Yes.
here's your guy"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm listening.
Yeah. Getsy calls an offense that the whole league like understands to be something that demands the quarterback, is in command of it, but also is very like pretty much quarterback. I mean, Brock Purdy is running something close to this right now. All right, like this is the West Coast run based zone offense with a little bit of flair added to it. That's it. Um, it's a tried and true proven offense that is working all over the NFL right now. Kirk Cousins is running something like this right now in Atlanta. So like
we haven't.
go ahead, Black.
No, I'm just saying our offense has not been that progressive. Like, because you gotta think like even when we went back to Gruden, he definitely took our offense back 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he was building it up to be like, y'all can't stop it anyway, so it don't matter. Which he was getting there, whatever, that's debatable. But what I'm saying is we didn't have no progressive offense. Guess he bringing us at least some kind of progressive offense. Like, because we had an offense where we had receivers running into each other all the time. Like, I don't understand how well we was doing with that. And he was supposed to be some kind of offensive guru. So let's stall out on Gessie. The thing about it is when we have a leak, you can't just start plugging this leak and then put a hole over there and see which leak is like the most common leaks and let's plug them first. And then maybe we could kind of do something with the other stuff, but we can't
Right.
just keep moving stuff around because then we won't know what the issue really is. That's why people think the quarterback is the issue. The quarterback ain't the issue. But I do see a couple comments up there about it. I don't see who this is, but I do agree with what you're saying about the
this guy here, this guy is the most honest guy
See, I want to put it.
on my channel. He gives me straight up honest shit about and so shout out to this guy here. He is like he'll tell you straight up how he feels about our team here. So shout out to him for
sure.
being here now. So thank you.
Y'all can put up comments too. If y'all want to put a comment up, just grab it. My guests, and we'll go ahead and
I can't do it.
use a click on it. You should be able to do it now.
So
yeah.
So to all the fans here watching, I just have to say this now. The reason why I'm saying that we're not going to make the playoffs is because there's so much shit happening in house right now. There's so much shit going on right now, from coach to quarterback to O-line. There's just so much going on. There's just so much loose parts happening right now, and we got to tighten all that shit up first before we could focus on playoffs and smoking cigars and all that shit. So that's all I have to say. And pardon my language for cursing. I apologize for that.
No, we're good. It's late night. This is the R version, so we good. We got a day one for
the rated Raider version.
That's right.
The Raider R version. The Raider R version.
I agree. That we got an issue. We got an issue definitely with the quarterback. We got an issue with Raider fans IDing what a quarterback is. That's what I mean. We have an issue because we are going back and forth, right?
Oh yeah.
Deciding who this quarterback is, and then we have an issue with just being able to identify what good quarterbacking is and what's required of a quarterback. I might have to do a video just of like all the stuff a quarterback has to do well besides throwing the football. Before we ever get to the pass, right? Because there's about 20 things, right? Right. And so Minshew is better at a lot of those right now because it's just being a veteran, right?
I'm glad y'all being honest. I'm really glad y'all being honest. Like for real, it's real refreshing to see because I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of content creators, Raider content creators out there living in this delusion of AOC. And I'm like, I keep trying to ask people, what is it that y'all see that I'm missing? Because what I see is him getting hurt. Like I've been saying this for the long. He gonna go out there as soon as they start game plan for him. About 2 or 3 weeks in, I'm telling you, they gonna run some kind of outside shit, and he gonna go like this, and he gonna step up, and it's gonna be somebody coming in right in the middle. He ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. And then they gonna put Minshew back in, and he gonna be like, "Oh, y'all motherfuckers need me to come back in, huh?"
Hey.
And then he gonna come in there and act a fool and light it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna be sitting there like, "Well, now what? Now what? Now what we doing? What we doing now?"
I don't think it's fair how people want to compare him to Tom Brady, and
That was dumb.
I get it to where stats and stuff, right? I understand that part, but to see him to possibly developing to a player like Tom Brady, that's a big ask for him to do, because Tom Brady is one of one. Like there's only one Tom Brady, and
the GOAT, dude. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, and I love AOC, but there's no way. I would, trust me, if he could be Tom Brady 2.0 or a fraction of Tom Brady, hey, please. But I just don't see it.
If he was going to be Brady, we'd know that already, guys.
Yeah.
He's not going to be Brady, right? Minshew's not going to be Gannon. We've figured that out already.
Right? But
a stronger arm.
But there's a lot of people out there, I don't want to say names, but there's people who do the same thing that we do, and they post it and they say like he's like God. He's like, dude, he's gonna come in here and he's gonna save us, he's gonna save our season. And it's just like, why do that? Like why do you do that?
The problem is, real quick, the problem is that Raider fans have this obsession with and I'm not really trying to piss people off right now, but Derek Carr. So Raider fans are taking Aiden O'Connell and making him the new Derek Carr. You remember when Derek Carr was with us for so long, and we had such a divide in this fan base? That's what's happening right now with Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell's become the new Derek Carr. And Aiden O'Connell, we haven't even done a year with Aiden O'Connell yet. We haven't even done a full season with Aiden O'Connell yet. And we went through 9 years of Derek Carr. Remember how mad we used to all get fighting over Derek Carr? That's what Aiden O'Connell's become. This fan base is so starved for a quarterback that they immediately attached him to that. And Aiden O'Connell is the new Derek Carr. And it's so annoying.
Go ahead, Black.
No, you're right for the wrong reasons though. Like you're right, but for the wrong reason. It's not Derek Carr so much, because for one, Aiden O'Connell was nowhere near a Derek Carr. Let's not act like that, because Aiden O'Connell can't carry a franchise because he can't even carry a season. But anyway, the thing is, we're so starved to win that we're blaming everything on stuff like the quarterback, because that's the easiest thing to pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we're so delusional. We're so delusional that we think that we even got a quarterback in Aiden O'Connell, especially with all these. Man, we would have been better off with Bryce Young. Y'all tripping? Like, come on.
No, you see what I'm saying, though, right? But you see what I'm saying? It's not the exact. It's not the quarterback and his stats, and it's not.
So
Derek Carr.
Here's the thing with Derek Carr now. Here's the thing with Derek Carr. We underappreciate Derek Carr because he kept our franchise legitimate for them 9 years, because we had 10 offensive coordinators, 7 coaches, a coach get fired because racist comment.
Legitimately mediocre. Is that what you mean? Because that's what we were. Is
Bro,
legitimately mediocre.
No. Do you know where we would have been without Derek Carr? We would have been.
Okay, here's my point.
We would have been
Black.
the Lions. We would have
Yes.
never been.
Good. Because we should have took our damn medicine like we were supposed to and stopped trying to take fucking shortcuts. He was not good enough to win the Super Bowl under his salary. So we should have just let it go. You ripped the Band-Aid off. Just like he's saying, the other teams have figured it out. We're making football complicated. We're the only one that makes it complicated. They just need a quarterback.
No.
But we won't draft one.
We had a quarterback.
Okay,
not good enough.
Okay.
Not good enough.
Our franchise is not in the state that it's in because of John Gruden. It's in the state that it's in because of McDaniels. That's why we the way we are, not because of Gruden.
Okay, so
I just
gotta say, okay. So on Derek Carr, right? I'm gonna just give my piece on Derek Carr. I've said this in the past, right? We had our time and our term with Derek Carr. He was great while he was here. I was happy that he was here. We couldn't get the job done with Derek Carr. I was very happy during his time that he was here. We parted ways. It sucked that he could not win here. He's gone, and it's done. I'm I am mentally exhausted about Raider fans still talking about Derek Carr to this day. And I understand, okay, Derek Carr, he didn't have a defense. He didn't have a coach, blah, 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 blah. I understand all that. But at the bottom line, he couldn't get the job done. I'm not hating on Derek Carr. He was great. He was good, but it was just time for us to just part ways with him.
So let me
Raider
ask you
fans
this.
are still divided to this day. Some people jump ship and they're Saints fans now because they love him that much to where they're Saints fans.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they should have treated Derek Carr the way they treated him?
No.
So that was Joshy boy.
So I agree with you that we did what we did with him, but it shouldn't have went down like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then not only that, it's hard to let it go when you didn't get nothing for him. That's why everybody's so attached. That's why everybody attached to Stidham and AOC because they didn't get nothing for Derek Carr. But then you want to blame Derek Carr and then be like, well,
oh no, I ain't like
when I say you, I don't mean you. I'm sorry, not you. I didn't mean you. Sorry, I mean like people want to blame Derek Carr. Like no. We didn't get nothing for him. I can see it. We got a quarterback for him, and everybody keep talking about, well, Derek Carr would have did this. Like, no, we could move on. We ain't got nothing to move on to.
Yeah. The way that I see it, it was just business. We should not have treated him the way that we did because we've had him for so long. It could have definitely panned out different, and we should have treated him a lot better. But it sucks that it ended the way that it did. But it was awful. But he's gone. And fans to this day still say, oh, if we had Derek Carr. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. He's not on our team anymore. So stop bringing that shit up. He's a Saint.
I agree with that.
He is in a different conference. Like he is.
I'm not anti Derek Carr. I'm just saying that
I ain't
Minshew, or not Minshew, but Aiden O'Connell is bringing those vibes up. It's bringing back that division in our fandom. Like it has that division. Like it's coming back to that part of it. Like I love Derek Carr when he was a Raider, right? Like now he's gone, right? But that's not the point. I didn't say I hated Derek Carr. What I'm saying is the Derek Carr division is what's happening right now. With our fan base right now over Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. It's the same thing. It's just weird, bro.
And then
that's all I was saying.
So one last thing too, though, is that I don't think AOC could be Derek Carr because Derek Carr was pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, Carr's a better processor.
Nobody's taking anything from Derek Carr. Nobody's talking bad about Derek Carr. I'm just saying the mindset. is weird.
The bad thing about Carr is that after he got injured, he just wasn't the same after
He's
that.
different.
You know, it was
He's different.
terrible. You know, it was
He was
terrible.
different.
He started to
Yeah.
have some issues in pressure situations. He was, I'm gonna have to say, basically atrocious in the red zone near the end of his career, and that
You know,
with us. So
I
but,
have a personal childhood dude. So my friend from years since childhood, diehard fan too. And he loves Derek Carr. He got all his cards, like he buys cards, sells cards and shit, right? You know, all that.
mhm.
And we argue to this day, and he tells me, he says, "Hey, Derek Carr is the greatest Raider quarterback ever, the stats and everything." And we argue. We argue all the time, and he tries to bring up stats, and I'm sure he's tuned in right now, watching this, and he's smiling right now, fucking grinning and shit. But he tries to bring it up, you know, and I brought this up in the past too here, but I just got to say, and I'm not hitting on Derek Carr, but I just got to say this: if you believe that Derek Carr is the greatest Raider quarterback in franchise history, then you guys are tripping. You guys are
Or you're
smoking
too
back.
young. Or you're too young.
Well, he probably think LeBron is the greatest player ever too, because he's going off stats. But you didn't bring us a championship. He can't be the greatest Raider
I'm a
quarterback
Jordan guy.
ever.
I'm a Jordan guy.
But here's my question for you: if Derek Carr was on this team right now, and this would be my last Derek Carr question because I feel you. We don't need to talk about him a lot. If Derek Carr was on this team right now with DA, you're telling me that we would still be 2-3?
Oh no, nope, no,
Okay.
no.
Does he still make the same amount of money? Does he still make the same amount of money?
Who Carr?
Derek Carr. Does he keep the same salary? Because we got to dump $30 million worth of players.
No.
Oh, okay. So he plays for a smaller salary. If he plays for a smaller salary, then we should have never got rid of him. You see, the issue is he was being paid. He was being paid like a top 5 quarterback, and he was not playing that way, and therefore he could not elevate the team. And we could not spend enough money to be able to have a good team with that salary. It's not his fault.
Look, bro.
It's what happened, and that was a bad move. Right?
No. It was a business decision because for him, he's been in the Raider facility for 9 years. He know how the Raiders act. All he did was he cashed out on himself. Not to mention he protected himself in contract because he know how the Raiders is. And lo and behold, they really did treat him the way that he thought they was going to treat him. So he ended up getting his money still somehow by playing the game with them. Was he a top 5 quarterback? That's arguable. Is it?
Is it?
At the time?
Come on.
At the time?
No.
At the time?
At the time when Josh McDaniels gave him the extension and a no trade clause, there's no way he was a top 5 quarterback.
He was not a top 5 quarterback.
Even right now,
he was a top
quarterback right now.
Top 15, and I'm being generous.
Yeah.
Well, who's the top 5 quarterback right now? Who's the top 5 quarterbacks right now?
Josh Allen,
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Hold on.
Josh Allen, right? Maybe even Justin Herbert. Who fucking knows? But it's not Derek Carr.
No,
it's not Derek Carr.
Not Herbert.
It's not Derek Carr. I'm gonna tell you this.
Justin Herbert better than Derek Carr?
Yes.
Right now?
100% Justin Herbert better than Derek Carr. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I am being biased, and I hate the Chargers, but like right now, I would have more confidence with Herbert as my quarterback than Derek Carr.
Injured is what Herbert is.
And I'm not trying to be biased.
What has Justin Herbert won?
What is Carr
What has Derek Carr won?
I think Justin Herbert and Derek Carr played against each other, right? I think they played each other to go to the playoffs, right?
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so they play head to head, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what game? So what do y'all not remembering about that? So wait a minute. The argument is, Derek Carr ain't won no playoff games. Has Justin Herbert won a playoff game?
How long has Derek Carr been in the fucking league, bro? How long has Derek Carr been in the league, bro? How long has Herbert been in the league?
So now we're gonna talk about how long you've been in the league now.
Check yourself real quick. Check yourself. Think about it real hard.
Just so you know, they're 3-3 in their 6 games against each other.
understand completely what you're saying.
So
I'm
we're
just
gonna
saying.
factor in how long they've been in the league now.
I'm just saying. I feel
Fine.
that Herbert has a higher ceiling talent wise, and as of right now, today right now,
Ceiling.
he
We're going off the
could.
ceiling.
I feel like those two quarterbacks are kind of like that Spider-Man thing where they're just pointing at each other. They're not much different. I think that Herbert probably protects the ball a little bit better.
Hey, is Josh
Or
Allen
probably
gonna win a
reads
Super
defense a
Bowl?
little bit better.
Before
Probably
Derek
not.
Carr does, you bet your ass he will.
No. See, no, we ain't talking about Derek Carr no more. Is Josh
Oh, we're
Allen
not?
gonna win a Super
When did we
Bowl?
stop talking about Derek Carr? Because
No,
3 seconds ago
I'm
we talked
talking.
about Derek Carr, Bob.
I asked the question. My question wasn't, was he going to win a Super Bowl before Derek Carr? My question was Josh Allen going to win a Super Bowl? That's the question.
Yeah, he'll win a Super Bowl.
Think he has a high shot of
You
too.
bet
Yes.
your ass he won a Super Bowl.
I'm not asking about a
I don't
high
think so.
shot. I ain't talking about none of that shit. I'm talking about, is he going to win a Super Bowl in your opinion this year? I mean, not this year.
No.
Not this year, but in his career, is he going to win a Super Bowl?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Do you think Joe Burrow going to win a Super Bowl in his career?
Yes.
Yes.
Why would you say Joe Burrow, not Josh Allen? I'm curious.
Joe Burrow is a better quarterback of protecting the football, throwing the ball from the pocket, making plays as a quarterback. Josh Allen struggles with that. He struggles in pressure situations. Burrow has a better talent around him. I think the organization has done a better job of putting weapons and around him and finding defenders that make impact plays. They have a winning record against the Chiefs, I believe. He can win those kind of games. He can match up against Mahomes in a playoff game and win them. Josh Allen gets spanked by the Chiefs every time they play. So no, I don't think Josh Allen wins compared to Joe Burrow. So
how about Lamar? Do you think Lamar gonna win a Super Bowl before his career is over?
Maybe,
that's tough.
Maybe, but I don't know. That's rough. You know what I mean?
How about this? Do you think Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
Another one?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Come on now. We all know Patrick Mahomes gonna win another Super Bowl, bro.
Yes.
No.
Hey. I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs, man, but they got a good coach.
Jaden Daniels is Jaden Daniels.
That's a good question.
CJ Stroud. Yes.
That's a good question.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And what do they have in common? Yeah. They got drafted. Let's just draft a quarterback, guys. Then we don't have to fight about it.
All right, hey.
We have our guy.
I'm not fighting about it.
All right. Eagles.
No, I don't think so.
Hurts?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, Hurts.
I don't think so.
I can see them winning. I can see Jalen Hurts winning a Super Bowl.
In the NFC, if Jalen Hurts was in the AFC, there's no way.
I can see
if he had to go with the Steelers, and Cincinnati and the Chiefs, and the NFC is, in my opinion, a lot easier than the AFC is. So if Jalen Hurts was an AFC quarterback, I don't think he'd ever make it. But in the NFC, yeah, you're probably right.
I don't know. I don't think it's so much him. Like, he's good enough in the right circumstance. I just don't feel like maybe he goes to a different team and they do it. I don't see it with the Eagles. But that's just,
they're too finesse, right? They're not physical enough to compete with the AFC team, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think once they get into they might make it to the Super Bowl, but then winning it.
So is Dak Prescott better than your boy in the Chargers that y'all say is good?
I don't think so. I'm not talking. I'm not saying good. I'm also an Oregon fan, so I have a little bit of love for Oregon quarterbacks like Bo Nix. I got a little bit of love for Oregon guys, but as far as that goes, I mean that's a hard toss up. Honestly,
Dak way better than him. Dak is way better than Herbert. What's the Chargers quarterback name again?
Herbert.
He's way better than Justin Herbert.
Is he?
No, he's not. He's
Oh
older
my
too.
God.
The
Justin
Cowboys,
Herbert hasn't had that
dude,
time to mature yet.
the Cowboys have a better O line. Do they got a way better team?
Yeah, I don't think these
You put
guys are
Herbert
like the
on,
same.
dude. You
like
put
the same.
Herbert
Put him on the
on,
same. Put
I
him
don't
on
know
the
dude.
why
same.
y'all
You
think your boy
trade
Justin
teams,
Herbert
dude.
good like
Just
that.
trade teams. Now,
Yeah,
I just picked Herbert over Derek Carr because look, you put Herbert on this Raider team now. I just feel
He
like
will
he
be
would do
hurt.
better than Derek Carr now. If Derek Carr was on this
Hell
Raider team
no.
now, that's just me.
Hell no.
100%,
No, you want to
1,000%.
know the reason
You're
why?
correct,
You
bud.
want
You're
to know the
100%
reason why we
correct.
couldn't even get a quarterback in that draft is because Derek Carr was winning games that they was sabotaging him to lose. Like the couple games we did win, he willed us those wins. But hey,
Past yes,
cool.
past
cool.
yes. But I'm saying this season now, you put Herbert on this team now, opposed to Derek Carr
Spencer
on this
Rattler's
team
about
now.
to take Derek Carr's job, bro.
I'm
You
just
know that.
saying.
Herbert
Spencer
is
Rattler's going to
garbage.
take Derek Carr's job. You know that, right? Because
This
it's
boy
about to happen.
Justin Herbert
By the end of
lost
the year, Spencer Rattler will be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, just so you know that. So
No, that was
yeah, he
that's
will.
what
He will. You want to put
that's
money
what
on it?
most
You want to
will
put
take.
money on it? Want to put money on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. What you want to
We
bet?
talk about we saying barring injury. We're not talking about injury, right?
No, we're talking about everything. We're talking about everything. Derek Carr gets injured a lot, baby.
Of course, if he injured.
Spencer Rattler will be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints next year. Bar injury, bar whatever the hell you want to talk about.
No,
Derek Carr is garbage.
Bet. What you want to bet? We can bet.
What do you want to bet?
Let's bet a Raider dinner, like a nice steak dinner.
All right. I'm calling into Carr talk. No more. He shall not be named. He's nameless. Voldemort.
Nah, we ain't gonna do him like that.
No, for the rest of the episode.
Okay.
No more mention of Voldemort.
Guareb, always
just
good comments, man.
Takes it to a whole nother level. I'm going to take this off of the screen. We can talk about any other quarterbacks.
Talk about
Dak is good because, dude, they got a good O-line and a good team, dude. I'm telling you.
Dak is a better quarterback.
I'll go there and I'll do well as their quarterback.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, no, you might, but I'm just saying he wouldn't. Justin Herbert ain't good like that. I'm telling y'all. He's not. Just like I've been telling people for years that just like Josh Allen, like he already hit his ceiling already. Joe Burrow damn near hit his ceiling too.
Hey, Allen's good though, bro. Allen's Allen's good though. He ain't no bum.
I'm not saying they not good.
He ain't no bum quarterback.
Just like Lamar Jackson, he probably hit his ceiling already.
Yeah.
And they're still young. So that's why I don't understand why y'all think that older quarterbacks that still playing at a high level, that these younger players are better than them. They're not. They've already hit their ceiling.
I don't think Herbert has hit his peak yet, though, bro. I honestly don't think Herbert hit his peak.
I'm just going to come out and say
I ain't being biased. I mean,
I think Herbert is overrated. I've been saying this for a while. I think he's overrated. I think that he doesn't make plays in pressure situations. He doesn't lead his team to victories. He kind of just checks the ball down, plays it safe, blah, 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 blah. I think Dak is better than him because of that. But is Dak that much better than him?
I mean, I've seen Dak put games on his back and win them shits.
What happens in the playoffs?
What? He got more.
Why does he play so poorly in the playoffs, though?
Well, what happens when he went to the playoffs? He lost to Jacksonville with 5 interceptions. Like, damn.
That wasn't great. So,
he still lost. And he still lost.
I like neither of these quarterbacks. What are you doing to me? Okay, I don't really like either one of them.
Playoffs. I'm just saying,
can we just draft our guys?
I see Herbert.
I want Jaden Daniels. That's what I want.
So I think I see Herbert as a threat on the Chargers, like how you see Bo a threat on Denver. That's how I think we see.
Don't worry, he's
Bo Nix is gonna be good, dude. Bo Nix
Bo Nix is gonna be like the Phillip Rivers problem that we had. And
I know that I guarantee
good, man. Fuck.
If Denver wouldn't have taken Bo Nix, the Raiders would have. And I know many Raider
Yeah.
fans say that we wouldn't have, but you bet your ass we would have taken Bo Nix if he was
For sure.
available.
For sure. For sure.
We would have taken Penix though, but Penix got stolen from us though.
Oh yeah.
So it
Shoulda,
is
woulda,
what it
coulda
is.
though. That's all in the past and shit,
It's what it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Steelers real quick. We are playing them; they matter. So, impressions of what they have on defense and how that's going to affect our offense.
Oh man, they got a good defense and they're gonna fucking do really good.
Yes.
They're gonna fucking hurt us, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
they're gonna wreck us, dude. They're gonna wreck us.
I hate to say it, man. Fucking Watt, Patrick Queen, Patrick, Joey Porter Jr. You know, they've got a good defense. And I'm sorry, Raider Nation. You know, I hate to be that guy, but I gotta keep it honest and I gotta keep it real. I'm like they're
I like this
good. And on offense, Fields, Najee, Pickens, fucking, we're lucky that Cordell Patterson is injured. And I know, he's old. That guy is a gadget, man. He'll run the ball. He can catch.
I love Cordell Patterson, bro.
Dude,
I love him.
Like, dude, and they are coached by a good coach, dude. Mike Tomlin is a good coach, man. He's a fucking superb coach. And
you're nailing everything you're saying right now, my friend. You are killing it.
Like, man, and it sucks, but we're gonna lose, and I don't want to lose, but I'm
the
sorry,
real question is right now, like the real question is, because you're 100% right, we're gonna lose. The question is Davante Adams gonna play? Do you think Davante Adams is gonna play? Because I think the Raiders are gonna keep him out, and I think they're still trying to trade him, bro.
Yeah, no way he plays. That's not
No,
happening.
there's no way he plays, dude. And we have injuries all over the fucking place. Mumford's injured. Jackson Powers Johnson's injured. Mayer, he's out still from
personal issues,
personal reasons and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, dude, we are decimated. Dude, we are gonna get dominated on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. You never know. We'll make predictions here in a minute.
Damn, that is that comment. So I'm sorry. I'm just reading that comment right there. I'm like,
this guy. I love this person. Please come back all the time. You say things that come out of my mind and for me. Thank you. This is why we have to go up to the top and get the guy, not the other guy, but like the guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Not yours or whatever, but the real guys. And Drew Aller put his name
Guareb.
on
Guareb. Yeah, he's cool. He's
Guareb is the
old,
shit.
yeah.
I like this guy.
Old dude.
Guareb. He does a lot of all caps.
OG.
That's gonna be okay. That's okay. But yeah, I think we're in trouble with this defense. I think the only way that we have a chance in this game is if the offensive line stands on its head and decides that it's going to stop making mistakes and, give a clean pocket to O'Connell. If they are able to do that, sky's the limit. You never know, right? The defense has the potential to be really good when they are inspired and healthy, but there's a lot of people missing, a lot of injuries, a lot of stuff that make things not optimum for him. So I think that is most likely we don't win this game. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the score prediction thing here because we got to get out of here eventually. And I'm going to say we're going to see a 31-13 Pittsburgh win. That's my prediction.
You always choose points in the 30s, bro. It's always 30, 30, 30, 30.
That's my prediction. Anybody else want to go score prediction? Because we're going to get out of here soon.
No, I'm going at least 27-10, if not in the 30s. We won't score more than 10 points. A field goal and probably a touchdown, and that's probably all we're going to see. But anything after 10 points, it could be 20, 30, 40. It could be anything, but we'll score 10 points.
All right. Shout out to the chat. I know we're lagging, guys. Shout out to ladies in the chat, especially bays. We like bays. All right. So Black, what do you got?
I don't know. I got the Raiders winning. So
Yeah. What's the
I don't know
score?
how. I don't know what the score is. I don't know nothing. I just got winning. I don't.
Because we're not supposed to, right?
We're not supposed to.
All right. All right. And do we get a score from Mr. Western Conference?
Wild Wild West says the score is going to be Raiders. We're going to score a touchdown and 2 field goals if we're lucky. So I say we're going to get 13. Steelers it's going to be 13-24. Pittsburgh.
All right. Okay.
I knew you was going to say that because that's what I was saying, 24-13. I was like, the Raiders going to lose probably 24-13, but they probably going to somehow win. But like I said,
you guys I got one defensive touchdown that you guys aren't counting. That's it. You'll see. Anyway.
I have one thing to say before we leave here. All Raidernation, dude, do not give up hope. Like, I know I've been the most negative dude in this whole room the whole time. Legit. But I'm telling you right now, I've been a fan my whole life. And the Raiders have pulled out some miraculous things. And I'm not even going to be able to watch this game because I'm going to be in Spokane with my wife and my children at a Vincent Van Gogh exhibit. So I won't even be able to watch it. So maybe you guys will win because I'm not watching. But you know what? Raiders every day, all day. It's Raiders every day, all day. And you know what? Just win, baby. And I hope we win. I really do. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be negative.
Black's calling a timeout.
No, hold on.
What
kind of wife you got that I have you going to go see a Vincent Van Gogh?
Oh, hold on. No. Don't you start. Listen, this man has a wonderful wife.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And I support the Vincent Van Gogh thing.
Me too. I didn't say it was beautiful. A bad thing.
No, it's not. I'm not even mad about it, bro. Like, I ain't even mad about it. Like, this girl, she's the best thing that ever happened to me, and she's sitting right over here. You know what? Better yet.
Oh my God!
I'll put her on blast.
I have nothing to do with this. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
You like chocolate?
Yeah. No. She's a native girl. She's a native girl.
Oh yeah.
She's an Italian with a native man, or no, an Italian with a native man, an Italian man with a native woman. But you know what?
She's the wifey though.
The best thing that ever happened to me. But I tell you what, go Raiders, man. And so you know, but dude, I respect everybody in this room, and I wasn't trying to like cause problems. I was just trying to ruffle some feathers, baby.
No, it's all good, brother.
Hey, we're good, man.
Go Raiders, though. You know, I hope we win. I hope we win. Oh. Like, I'm gonna. Yes. You know what? I'm gonna change my prediction. I'm gonna call it 24-17 Raiders. I'm gonna call it that.
That's the courage. It's liquid.
There you
That's
go.
All I have to say about it.
All right. It's called Coors Light Liquid. So
thanks for coming out and sitting with us and everything, A-Train. And
y'all be easy, man. I appreciate you letting me in here. I appreciate that.
Oh man, thanks for coming out, man.
All right, man.
For sure.
See you, brother.
Y'all be easy.
Later.
All right then. Wait. So we just did that because we like our fans and we will bring them on, especially when they're cool, like my boy A-Train. And it's mostly because of his wife, though. That's what's making him cool. She's like an infinity stone. So, all right. We got our score predictions in. Any last minute kind of cleanup things you want to get out before we get out there in them streets on a Saturday night?
Yeah, to all the fans out there watching, tuned in. If I said anything to break your heart, like confetti that just splattered in the air today, I apologize. Some of the things that I say here, it might not be for you, and I might not be the Raider content guy out here. I won't say things that you might not like or agree, and if you don't like it, well, too bad. That's just all I have to say here. I'm gonna say whatever I feel that's on my mind, and yeah. But if you're still tuned in, and if you're here and you're watching our show, I really appreciate it. And I will never hide back or hold back what I have to say or whatever that is on my mind. And if you're still watching, please consider liking the video, following our channels. We all do this here because we are loyal fans of the Raider Nation, and we do this because we love the team and we support the team. You know, we do this when we have extra time. I work a full-time job, and I do this on the
Yes.
extra time that I have when I'm not with my wife and my kid. And next weekend, most likely, I'm going to be working some overtime, so I might not be here on the following Saturday. So, which is why I always try to be here as much as possible. So just consider liking our content and subscribing to the channels. It's free, and what have you got to lose?
Nothing. Hardest working man in the Bay Area schools right there. That's right. That's right.
Keeping all your schools clean.
That's right, man. I mean,
We thank you too.
it's for the
That's
children,
all.
man. It's for the children.
Chick load of kids, man.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Black, what you got to say to the peoples, man?
Well, I'm not apologizing for nothing that was said. I meant it, and if I'm wrong, then I reserve the right to be wrong and corrected. I'm not above reproach. I think the gentleman shouldn't have to apologize, but that speaks to their character. So shout out to them because they don't want to ruffle the feathers. And I think a lot of us have the same sentiments, you know. I think it just comes from a place of love, so that's why they're apologizing. Me, I'm coming from the same place of love. I'm just not apologizing, and I'm just looking at it from a reality standpoint because I already told y'all, like the first couple of weeks when I was saying these things that was gonna pop up, everybody was like I was being negative, so I was like, let me sip the Kool-Aid, and then once they got the trip, and I was like, I'm not about to do that this year. I'm not. I've watched too many years of Raider football to know what the going zones is. So thank y'all for coming. Hope y'all do come back.
Yes.
If y'all want the real, and if y'all like-minded, that's who we want to come anyway, because we all just here for the love of the team. Like you said, it's just, you know, get a little heated sometimes, but it's all out of love. And I appreciate you guys for having me on y'all panel and all the people that popped up too.
Thank you. We had over 300 people here at some point, so thank y'all for showing up. This is why it's called Raidernation Hotspot, because we're going to talk about it. It's going to get hot. We're going to talk the real, but my hot shots know that. That's why they're hot shots. You know, they're ready for that. So hopefully we can kind of spread this because Nation got to toughen up, right?
Oh,
There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball or football too. I think.
No crying in baseball and no dying in football.
Unless you can cry if you're Derek Carr, I guess. No, anyway.
Gonna cry in the car. Gonna cry in the car.
As if I said something that offended you, it's because you're wrong, and so you'll realize it later. No, I mean I could be wrong, but just not usually. I'm glad you guys came, and it is late, so I'm gonna say goodbye. And like I always try to end it, stay positive, read between the lines, and stay hot.
And like I always like to say, keep it cool, keep it light, keep it fresh. He keeps it hot, I keep it cool, which is why we're the yin and the yang, you know.
That's right. That's right. All right. So my boy Black's already out of here because he can read the tea leaves, and it's time to go. All right. So y'all,
All right, y'all.
have a good night, and yeah, don't get hurt out in the streets.
Peace, y'all.
Stay safe.
Go Raiders. Go Raiders.